What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We're going coyote hunting tonight, guys. It is probably the best weather conditions, hopefully, that we've seen in some time, other than the moon, which I don't know if you guys can see right there. That moon might get us tonight. That's the only thing that makes me a little nervous. We got three new properties that we're going to hunt tonight. If you can imagine that. There's still ground left in this area that people ain't coyote hunting. Typically, it's been kind of tough to stir the coyote hunters with a stick around here. But we got 3 new properties we're going to go hunt tonight. 2 of them super excited about. Think it could be very, very good. 2 to 3, 4 other ones, depending on how long we go out hunting tonight, could definitely produce some dogs. We've got some properties on the back burner that we've not hunted all year that's produced a lot of dogs in the past that we haven't hunted all year long, all season long. We save it specifically for these months, these last couple of months that we're hunting, just so that we got some dogs where we can produce some content. But we're not going to burn them down unless the properties leading up to it pay off. If they're running good and they're acting right, then we're going to keep on hunting tonight, guys. So Guffey's going to be with us tonight, and also Jace. Jace is Guffey's son. So super cool. We're going to take Jace on a couple sets, take him back home, and then me and Guffey's going to go out, and we'll be out kind of late tonight, more than likely, or at least we hope we are, because that means the dogs are running. So I'm late. They're waiting on me. Let's go get in the tundra. Let's go have some fun, baby. Hit that subscribe button. Let's grow this thing to 100,000 subs. Thanks for hanging out. It's going to be fun. Alrighty, guys, spot number 1. I got Guffey and Jace picked up. This property has been kind of iffy. When we first got this place, it was pretty much a guarantee you were going to hear them and probably see one. But the last couple of years, this has been super tough. But last time we were here, we heard some dogs, but they were just not in a killable location. We're going to hunt it early tonight, and hopefully we can catch them. We're pretty sure we know where a den is at. Hopefully we can catch them coming out of that den where they've been laid up with this bad weather over the past little bit. Hopefully we can get on them. Alrighty, guys, first spot of the night. We potentially got a lot of property out in front of us, so we're going to try to keep it short and sweet, and hopefully we can get some dogs to activate right here. Alright, guys, we get this over here where y'all can see me. We've hunted 2 spots. We'll end up taking Jace back because it is a school night, so he's got to go get in bed. But me and Guffey are over here into a completely different area. This is a brand new farm that Guffey picked up for us. So we've got 2 brand new farms back to back right here, and then we've got 2 farms after that that has not been called all year long, and then we've got 1 farm after that that's a brand new farm as well. So this next run is the run where we should be hearing coyotes, or at least seeing some coyotes. We're grinding right now. It is difficult, so wish me luck right here, guys. Alrighty, guys, we're set up on this new farm. Absolutely gorgeous. Wind is blowing straight towards them deer. Landowner has been hearing them up here on this ridge, so we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best right here. See if we get some going. Guys, it has been brutal. Very, very tough. We have not seen any dogs. We've heard dogs at 2 places, which is a good thing. The places that we heard the 2 groups of dogs were new properties. So that pretty much just confirms our theories that some of the stuff we have is extremely pressured, not by us, by surrounding hunters. It's just tough in this area right now. So we're at a place that I know for a fact there's 150 acres right here that nobody has messed with calling. There's another 50, 75 acres across the road that nobody's messed with calling. So I'm hoping that the trend will continue over to dogs that have not been called to all year are being vocal tonight. And if they're vocal here, we've got ground that we can move on them, which is a good thing. So keep those fingers crossed, see if we can get it done. Alrighty, guys, last spot of the night. Wish us luck because we're going to need it. Alrighty, guys, we got some coyotes entering us back. They're way up on top of this hill. wind. See him on a hill. Our wind's blowing right to him. Our wind is blowing right to him. Is he coming? Yeah. Here they come. I just see the one. No, right there, I see it. He's breeding. They're Well, guys, we are back in my truck. Obviously, that last set was wild. We were close to a lot of coyotes. I say a lot. There was definitely two right there on top of the hill because we seen them, and there was several more coyotes deeper down that bottom, but up on that same ridge. We started out with a howl. They answered us back, and they were immediately, the tone in their voice when they were howling back at us was somewhat aggressive. So to me, that sounded like it was some type of adult male or adult female or some type of breeding pair, which that's exactly what it was. So I answered them back with a more aggressive single dog howl. And then we let things kind of go quiet. They didn't answer us back. A lot of times when that happens, those dogs are moving, and they're either moving in one of two directions. They're either moving away from you or they're moving to you. Because what that means is they don't want to answer you back So they don't want to give up their location. They don't want to give up their location if they're moving away because they don't want you to follow them, or they're coming into you and they don't want you to know where they're at, because now they've got the advantage because they know where we are at. And so what we did is we let things die down for just a thought, and I switched over to Baby Cottontail Distress. One of my favorite sounds ever for coaxing a coyote in, and played it for a little bit, let it play through a sequence, and then muted it, and literally was on the fringe of getting ready to play Table Scraps or Pup Distress 3 or Dog Brawl, something along those lines. And as soon as I looked in my scope, I seen this dog coming down the ridge, and through the scope, the dog looks like he's in clear range. Dog's probably 150 yards away, but he is in some nasty stuff, and it's hard to tell in the video, but there's a lot of thick stuff right there. And you know, basically he come down the hill, and then he turned and acted like he wanted to go back up the hill. So as soon as he turned and acted like he wanted to go back up the hill, what I did was switch to Pup Distress number 3, and I probably should not have done that. I probably should have switched to a more adult rabbit, or possibly have switched to another howl, like a less aggressive howl, versus just diving straight into the Pup Distress number 3s. And you know, at that point, I got that dog to turn around, commit down the hill for a little ways. We seen the second dog come in, and the bad thing about it is the wind was blowing not directly at them, but if they would have crossed the creek and came into the field where we were at, they would have smelled us, no doubt. So it would have been one of those, as soon as they hit that field, it would have been a woof at them and try to get them to stop. Something happened. They just didn't want to cross that creek. We're battling the brightest moon that you could possibly fight. We were literally standing on a sliver of shade from a single tree, side by side, trying to hide ourselves. And you know, they didn't want to do it. But the cool thing about it is we probably had the vocals when they went back up on top of the hill and they started screaming back at us, was probably some of the coolest, closest vocals that I've had in a long time, if not ever. And they did it 2 separate times. I mean, they were right there 100 yards from us, just absolutely screaming in our face. And you can tell whenever they are pissed off, and those dogs were pissed off, but they were just not pissed off enough to come out into a bright, moonlit field where they couldn't see another coyote standing there. So it's just one of those things where it just didn't really work out. I was really nervous. We had the conditions right tonight. Everything was lining up good, but I was nervous that it was going to happen late, and I think that's exactly what's happening right now. It's right at 1 o'clock in the morning. We've got to work tomorrow, which sucks, by the way, but we just can't stay out until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I honest to God believe that this 1 o'clock to 3:30 time frame is when, if we had some more properties lined up, I really think that we could get on some dogs and kill some. But it's one of those nights, man. But like I said, sometimes you don't kill coyotes, and I thought that this video would be kind of cool to show you guys the ups, downs, and this is kind of that in between that a lot of people don't see. A lot of people just see either the really good or the really ugly. For us, some channels don't even show the really ugly, which is the misses, or the ones where the dogs get away. But these are those in-betweens. This is the stuff that nobody sees behind the scenes, the 4 hours, 5 hours that we've spent hunting to have nothing show for it. And this happens a lot, guys. I mean, it's just not one of those things where you go out and you just kill 7, 8, 9, 10 dogs every time you go. I mean, it's a grind. You've got to put your work in. You've got to have the properties. You've got to battle other predator hunters in the area. And it's tough. It's tough to do. Dogs are pressured right now. But it's just one of those things. I thought you guys would enjoy this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And you know, that's pretty much it. That's all I got on this one, guys. So if you're new to Southern Extreme TV, I appreciate the heck out of you watching what I got going on with this channel. I'm trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers. We're at 20 something thousand right now. I never thought a redneck from North Carolina would have 20,000 subs. And I've got a goal of 100,000. Who knows if we'll ever meet it? We may never meet it. I may decide to hang everything up one day and say the heck with it. But as of right now, I'm going to keep videoing and keep making this stuff as as long as the good Lord will let me. So with that being said, thanks for hanging out. See you guys next time.